Paulie here, the Latino Slant, and The Penguin just ended. The dramatic miniseries, 8-parters on Max, has just ended, and we just saw the final episode called, what was it called? A Great or Little Thing. And really, it is the ended connecting to what would be the next Batman film. And we're already hearing that Colin said he would love to do a second season, whereas a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, he said he would not. So I'm curious as to that change as well. In this video, right? Um, I'm going to give you some kind of like non-spoiler thoughts and reactions just to the series as a whole, and then spoil the hell out of it. um hopefully you've seen my other reviews on the episodes, and in particular one in regards to the very pro women, or as far as just a very fully fleshed female characters. And I talked about how just the writers and the showrunner Lana LaFranc has been able to do that with just devastating brilliance. And that's really that's where I'm coming from in regards to watching this show. It's devastatingly brilliant. It is pretty much a perfect series. There's I'm you know I'm not a comic book purist in that, oh, they made this change and they made that change. um so while it might not be perfect to the comic book source, it is a perfect story in regards to telling the origin of a kind of a bad nobody who became somebody, and the sacrifices, good and bad, that character went through. So when I say devastatingly brilliant, this the storytelling, the acting, the casting, the directors, the vision, and the look and feel were just all so well done. But surprises that you didn't think that they were going to go there. No, there's no way they're going to go there. What am I watching? What did she just say? What did he just say? What did happen? And if you've seen the show, then at the end of every episode they have behind the scenes, and I've watched those with utter delight as well, because they really, really know the material that they are working on. It's really incredible to watch and listen to what the creator LaFranc and everyone else, Matt Reeves, executive producer, um, and some of the things that how they explain why they did certain storylines. It just leaves you just in you're just speechless, and you just all you can do is just tip your hat. But at the end of the day, it is about the penguin. And that's what LaFranc talks about, is that, yes, we have these incredible characters. You got the Sophia Falcone, you have the mother, you have, the kid. But at the end of the day, this is about the penguin. Do not make a mistake. And they nailed the landing with this final episode. So I'm really trying to figure out, I'm just thinking out loud, guys, in regards to what has been done before this in regards to a superhero, comic book world television series. Uh, and there's been some, obviously, Marvel, now DC, but this very well might be the greatest one done to date. There's almost not even, it's not even worth debating like what else is out there. Also, too, this is probably one of the greatest comic book projects, productions, period. Period. It 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 it's so rooted in a tragic kind of gangster drama, and yet it's very much a comic book story. It again, so hence with the Polly being speechless. So I highly recommend this show. Absolutely, 100%. Especially if you're loving those elements, and if you love Colin Farrell and his Penguin from the Batman, which many people say that was probably the best thing out of that movie. And absolutely, this is leaps and years above as far as the Batman. I I it has created a little bit of a newfound appreciation for that film. I've seen it. I did get to see it a few weeks ago. Not when quite this season was done, obviously, but I was like, oh, okay. There's some things that I see how they're connecting it, and they did so even more in this final episode. Um, all right, let's spill the beans a little bit, and I won't spill them too much. I really got to tell you uh, the mother by what's her name? The actress is Deidre O'Connell, and the mother's character, Deidre O'Connell, Frances Cobb, who the writers gave her this debilitating dementia uh, type of disease, and it plays out in the show. Plays out to the disadvantage of Oz because Sophia captures her and through some sort of therapeutic process pulls out the information that the ultimate horror of Oz directly killing his brothers as a kid, and how the mom kept that in her. And in this episode, that realization is probably one of the best scenes. There's so many good scenes, but this might be the best scene in one of the best scenes in the entire season is where Sophia has them both captured, and she wants Oz to confess what he did because the mom has always known, but confess it, say it in his own words. And he never does, but the mom loses it and says, I've always hated you. I've always hated you. I hated what you did. But it's almost like the dance with the devil that you came with. You made that deal with the devil who is your son. And uh, it was profound because it's the only bit of humanity that Oz has is his love for his mother, that he would do so many inhumane things to have her love, to have her approval, to have her you know her pride in him, and that's what he did all of this for. And at the end of this episode, he gets to the top and has it all, but doesn't have her. Um, I just thought that the use of the mom as his crutch and as the springboard into him becoming the ultimate villain, where he just does not have a human connection with anyone, was just everything, everything. And he works his way in regards to kind of screwing over Sophia, or getting his revenge with her in regards to not killing her off. We think he's going to kill her under the bridge by the water, but he sets her up and ultimately has her re recommitted to Arkham, which to her is worse than death. You saw it there when he was about to shoot her, that she was ready to die, and she had made her peace with all the things that she had done, and she had closed her eyes waiting for that bullet to go. Instead, the spotlight of the helicopters from the cops showed up, and man, she couldn't believe, because he had split. She could not believe what had happened to her. And the next time we see her in this episode, she's committed, almost catatonic, very catatonic, where the doctor comes in and says, I got your mail. Apparently, she gets a lot of mail, a lot of marriage proposals, fans, etc., etc. But she gets a letter from Selena Kyle, her half sister, and she kind of wakes up out of the trance, out of her own comatose, and there's a hope there. There's a spark. There's a spark that someone out there that had the same exact life experience with her father, exists and cares for her. Man, that was incredible. But really, we go back to Oz, and because of that run-in and confession scene, the mom basically has uh, at least two strokes, and it just accelerates her sickness to where she becomes a vegetable, which is what she had stated earlier in the series was the last thing that she wanted to be, and that you take me out if that happens. And he can't do it. He's so obsessed with his mother's love that he keeps her in a vegetative state in his high-rise penthouse overlooking the city. Gave her everything she wanted, but she can't move. She can't say a word. She can't even blink eyes. And you're just like, wow, this man has lost it. Lost it so much to where he hires a call girl that's been established earlier in the show. We hadn't seen her in a few episodes, to dress up like his mom, hair, the dress, and everything, and to tell him that he's proud of you, that he loves him, the whole thing. And it's this sick ritual that really cements who the Penguin is, and that no one can touch him. He owns the city. And as the very end in shot, you have this pulling out shot. It's like a master shot of the large windows with the light shining outward, and then you see the cityscape, kind of reminiscent of a Central Park grand view. And you have the clouds in the distance, and you see them kind of like dancing in the large window silhouette, and then you see the clouds, and you see the bat signal go up, and that's the end. And that's really all you needed to know in regards to, yeah, you're in Batman's universe, because he's going to come with a reckoning because of what all these gangs have done in the last 8 episodes. Their civil war, the drugs, the unrest, the violence, the chaos, and the corruption that's connected to City Hall. Fun, wonderful stuff, man. And I it's such a joy to talk with you guys and to express and give my honest reactions to this, because this is what happens when you put story above everything. And it's great art, man. It's great art. And you can have your messages, you can have your powerful portrayals of different types of females, from Sophia going from a really a I don't want to say a naive, but a doting loyal daughter to someone that's shattered by her father's betrayal to someone who becomes a ruthless killer. What a great female character. You can have these strong female characters, um, which gets your agenda across, or has your message in there, but you never sacrifice story. You never sacrifice story. There's one more thing. I'm not gonna spoil it, but this is a tragedy, and after everything else that I've spoiled with you, right, and told you in regards to the mom and Sophia, and there's another just cutthroat action the penguin takes, and it's one that I couldn't believe happened. But it wouldn't be the show if it didn't happen, because then it would be too much of a Hollywood ending. So that's what I got, guys. I strongly recommend you watching this entire series. And if you liked my reaction here, my honest thoughts, you're going to like this video. It is the first episode reaction to season one, and it's going to start right now.